Hey, what's going on? This is James with Imagery Wedding Film. So in this video, part 2, let's call it, I wanted to talk about how to deal with postponements and cancellations of weddings. We are all going through it right now. Brides who either are scared to get married, so they are postponing their wedding, brides that are forced to postpone their wedding because their venue or the city is not allowing them to have weddings that are over 10, 50, 100 people, whatever it is in your local market. It's tough. It really is. A lot of people rely on final payments for weddings. We actually had 12 final payments from now until the beginning of May that we were expecting on getting. And all of those brides have postponed, and it definitely is a loss of income for us. And I think the hardest part right now is brides who are canceling and are demanding refunds. And a lot of small business owners do not have the money sitting there to refund them. And it's a very stressful time. And so I kind of want to just go over what our protocol is for postponements and cancellations. And maybe your business operates the same, maybe it doesn't, but hopefully this just helps, because you go online, you go on Facebook, you go on these wedding forum groups, and everyone is asking, what do you guys do for cancellations, for postponements, and how do you deal with them? So how we deal with it is when a bride signs with us, we send them a contract and we send them a 50% non-refundable retainer. Obviously non-refundable means it's non-refundable. As soon as they pay that, they forfeit that money to us, because we use that non-refundable retainer to lock in their date, to then turn down every other bride in the future that wants to inquire for that date. So if a bride does postpone, let's use the date April 4th, right? It's a Saturday or Friday or Saturday coming up. I don't really know. But let's just say it's April 4th. Bride paid 50% retainer. She has yet to pay her final retainer, her final balance. And she says, hey, we're going to postpone and move our date to November 4th. Okay, great. Our process for handling that is, what we do is we draw up a brand new contract. It just reflects that there was a change of date, that the price remains the same, and basically we send that to them, they fill it out, send it to us, we sign it and send it back to them. Same thing we normally would do. It's just now implementing that we are working with them. Here are all of the original, information and deliverables per their original contract. It's just now set for November 4th. And now their remaining balance is going to be due 14 days before November 4th. So that's how we do that. If a bride, we have had brides who had paid their final balance because they were within 14 days of their wedding day, and then they ended up postponing. So since they paid us in full, which we did have a bride do, and she moved her date all the way to December 11th, so we're not charging her anything additional. We basically tell her, hey, look, you paid us in full. Here's a new contract saying that your new wedding date is the 11th of December, and you don't owe us any more money. 14 days before your wedding, we don't have to collect the final payment. We already have that done. And in both of those situations, brides have been super understanding. They're not asking for a refund. They're basically saying, please make sure that you're available for our wedding date, book us, and we'll go from there. So that's been really easy for us with postponements. Cancellations are a little different. I have seen a lot of people post about cancellations and how brides are, requesting non-refundable retainers back. And that's tricky. I'm not going to sit here and tell you what to do in that situation. The only thing I will say is consult a lawyer. We all have different ways to approach this, a lot of different opinions. Some people will say, stick to your contract. Non-refundable means it's non-refundable, and stick to your contract. It is what it is. And other people are saying, return all the money. If they threaten you in any way, return the money. And other people are saying, well, if they threaten you, go to a lawyer. And I'm not going to be the guy who sits here and tells you what to do, because I don't even know what to do. I know that I have my lawyer, and if there's anything that pops up that I need to consult him for, I do, and take his advice. But cancellations are tricky because brides are requesting refunds, and business owners at this time cannot give them refunds because they just don't have the money in their account It's just very tricky. But I would say this is when a lawyer is your best friend for cancellations, and just see what they say, whether they tell you to stick to the contract or whether they tell you to refund the money. Let that be their call and your call. I don't want to let you, kind of be the person who tells you what to do, but contracts exist for a reason, and just try your best to work with the bride for the new date for any postponements. So that's how we handle it. And I know everybody's different, but so far, knock on wood, this has worked for us, and it's been working for our relationships with the brides and booking them in the future and kind of keeping or retaining that bride and their wedding date for future dates, be that later in 2020 or in 2021. So hopefully this video has helped you guys. Stay safe out there, and we'll catch you on the next video.